Well, joining us from North Carolina, Dr. Jim Taylor and Candace Lang of the Life Village. Guys, thanks so much for being with us today.
Well, thanks for having us.
How has your weather been?
It actually has been pretty beautiful, but we're headed for snow tonight, so it's headed our way.
All right. Well, we're glad you could be with us right now, and thanks for joining us. Dr. Taylor, tell us why Life Village was established and what Life Village is.
I want to tell the bishop first I didn't get that free cup of coffee this morning.
Hey, what's up? Why not?
Anyhow, basically, we all know how important God's nature is. And when I saw a child with autism, my grandchild, enjoying nature so much, I decided to start camping kids with autism making progress in nature. And that was formed as a nonprofit in 2011. And it's just been a wonderful experience for the children with autism to see how they interact with nature. But then it's just wonderful. But then in 2014, Candace Lang came along. She heard about camping and what we did up there in the North Carolina mountains and with kids with autism and their families interacting with nature. And she came up to ask me about the possibility of delving into a more important aspect of working with people with disabilities, especially autism, that we have the national epidemic. And we decided to start a village called Life Village, Living Innovations for Exceptional. And it'll be a community of adults and others that are integrated into the community that have disabilities such as autism and other related disabilities, and giving them life with a purpose, where they'll have some trades to do and different types of gardening and just things to make them happy, to give them the opportunity for happiness, as it is in the Constitution, life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, and we want to help with that.
Candace, you know, I have become more sensitive to the needs of people with special needs, individuals in their family, because I live with a priest, Father David O'Leary, who has a unique love for people in these situations. Can you tell us about the concerns that parents with children with special needs have as the children's mature? Because I think that's not a question that we often think too much about.
Right, right. Well, as a parent of a child with a disability, I think the hardest part is we are worried first, of course, about what happens after 21, and then what, more importantly, is going to happen after we are no longer around to care for these children. When a child is first diagnosed as a young child, there is a phone call made. Parents are obviously very concerned, but there's a phone call made to early intervention. And with that phone call, there is just this web of support, which is wonderful. And there's doctors and teachers and therapists, and they're all working together, and they're offering support and encouragement. And then that follows them through the school years. They have that support until they reach 21. And after 21, the school bus stops coming, and then that support ends. So parents are left to take care of those social, emotional, housing, employment needs of their adult child. Our kids don't outgrow their disability, and I think that's what's so hard for people to understand. We plan on raising our kids until they're 18, and then they fly out of the nest and hopefully come back during our golden years to help us out. Parents of children with disabilities plan on raising their kids for 50 to 60 years. And while they're doing that, they're trying to plan for the other 20 when they're no longer on this earth. So,
can you tell us about the tiny house project also?
Absolutely.
Sure. We haven't just, as the saying goes, don't begin to begin. We have begun. We have begun working with Appalachian State University students in the construction department over there to build a tiny home this coming April, May, June, or at least have it done by July. And we will be providing the materials for them to do that. And not only that, they have pretty much stated that they would like to do this each year, and that would give us the tiny homes that we need for one of the structures of our residential facility. And there will be other types of structures too, but this will be used as an office, a place where people can see the Life Village office and be able to stop and get more information, at least have more of a visual impact than just our letters going out and our talks here on radio. And we appreciate so much this opportunity to talk with you.
You know, autism affects so many people. I think there's not a person who doesn't know a story or knows someone who's affected by it. What has the response been of people to this great initiative you have?
Well, I'll tell you, one of the things, and I'm going to turn it over to Candace, is one of the things that's kind of frustrating for me in a way, or I guess puzzling, is that I've been in special education now for 55 years. I'm 75 years old and started in 1964 in an institution, and we certainly don't want that to happen again. But the point is, sometimes we see some things on TV like The Good Doctor. It's a wonderful program. It shows you how a high-functioning individual with autism can help our society, and many of them do. They're geniuses, many of them, and that's like the top 25%. But the people that are in the lower edge of the continuum, we haven't been able to provide much for them, and that's what this is going to be doing.
Candace, we're just about out of time, but I know you have a Soup for Life fundraiser coming up at St. Elizabeth's Parish. Can you tell us about that and where people can learn more about your fantastic program?
Absolutely. They can go to www.thelifevillage.net, and we are having a Soup and Sandwich for Life on March 23rd at 5:30, and the first 25 guests will actually be able to get a pottery that was handmade by a local artisan, and just food, fellowship, and fun. So come on out and join us.
And the crab has just been sent down from Alaska. I have to pick it up tomorrow.
Ooh, sounds good. Well, thank you so much for being with us. Keep up the great work, and good luck with that snow tonight.
Right. Thank you. You too.
Okay.
Thank you.
Bye. God bless.
Yeah, God bless.
Kevin.